He'll be back. And we are
He
live,
probably
No,
guys.
you're good. Go ahead. You're good.
went to
We're
take a
good.
leak or
He
something.
disappeared, but he'll be back. How's everybody doing today?
Got this wireless.
Hey,
Pretty
there
good.
he is.
How's everyone else? Hope everyone's doing good.
All right. Guys, I'm Tom Owens. We got Archie Tovar here. This is MMA Fight Pass HAMMERFIST podcast, episode 94, right, Archie?
That's it.
94, and this is our 25th virtual show, guys, on the camera like this. All of us separated with the staying out of the way of the coronavirus. We got a hell of a cast here, guys, today. My guests, I'd like to introduce, we got Sergio Quinones Jr., we got Mike Moreno, Paul Elizondo, and we got our good buddy James Gillian here. How's everybody doing?
Guys,
Doing pretty damn
welcome.
good.
All right, man.
More blessed than stressed, bro.
Right on.
All
Well,
right.
Mike's in a hammock.
Pretty good, Tom.
Mike's in
Pretty
a hammock there, so I know he's chill.
It looks like if he's in the fight island.
Bro,
The
super chill. I'm
There
ready
you
for
go.
that shit, bro. That man.
hammock,
Fly me out, Dana. Let's go.
right? Michael stepped
Fly
up.
me out, bro. For real.
Oh,
Man,
Look
that
at
looks
this shit, bro. Look
good.
at this
back
shit.
gym. Okay.
Hey, you
Okay.
think Jorge
Yeah.
You guys think Jorge Masvidal will step up at the last minute? Give Mike Moreno a call. He'll be right there. I guarantee it.
Mike,
Yeah,
what do you got to say
I'm
about
down
Fucking
here
that?
wrong.
anytime, anytime.
I'm down
Hey,
there.
bro.
Well, guys,
But I think honestly, I think Masvidal got this fucking fight, bro.
I do too.
I don't.
So do I.
I disagree. I think Usman is a star athlete and he will handle business.
Damn,
I think it could,
already.
I think the fight could go either way. Everybody out there knows it's fight week, guys. It's UFC 251, and I wasn't really too excited about. There's been a lot of UFC lately. I wasn't really that excited about the card until I heard of this last minute change. And in life, you know how it is. He's going to change our sport of MMA, change everything, the excitement and everything, the elevation. Paul Elizondo, how you doing, brother?
good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us. Thank all of you for joining us. Sergio, Mike, Paul, James. Paul, what do you think about this last minute change about this weekend's fight? Is it George Masvidal or Jorge Masvidal, or does it matter?
It's Jorge.
Jorge.
Come on.
Either Jorge,
Jorge?
if you want to drop in an accent, or George.
Jorge.
It's like
You
saying,
got-
is it Sergio Quinones
Yeah,
or is
you
it
guys.
Sergio
I think you guys
Quinones?
are pretty
Hey,
choppy.
man, you know what I mean? Depends. Yeah, Sergio, man. Sergio. You know what I mean? We all go by have many identities.
Hey, Mike Moreno, Xavier Ortega,
What's
one
up,
of the
brother?
guests. He's asking that you. He says, Mike, can you give us a big cloud?
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
There you got one. You got one request.
All right, thank you, Xavier. We appreciate the request. Yeah, one of us is real. Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Got you, bro.
Got the wrong-
Popping.
Got the wrong
One of us
cloud.
is a little
It's gone
poppy.
now. I gotta repack it.
Oh man,
That's all right. It'll happen.
it'll
One
come
of us
back.
is a little poppy, guys. Excuse us. There's always seems like when we get multiple guests on this, still sometimes we get the popping,
One of the guys is
But,
popping. Yeah.
a little popping, but it'll whatever the case, we'll keep it going.
I'm popping right here.
Uh-oh.
Remember that?
Popping,
Old
bro,
school.
popping.
Hold it now.
Hey,
Oh shit. Wait,
Archie,
let me
how you
pass-
doing,
let me
big
pass one
dog?
over.
Hey, doing
There you
good,
go,
man.
Archie.
Hey, I'm just happy that everybody's able to connect. I think Sergio's going to reconnect right now. But, it's been a while since we've seen one of the guys here on the screen, Mr. Paul Elizondo. Paul, what's up, man? Tell the people where you've been, how you been, what have you been doing? I know we kind of see you out there on social media, but let's hear it from Paul.
yeah, I actually try to stay off of it most of the time. I'm too busy training, but whenever it'll click like, oh, I haven't posted in a while, so
What have you been up to?
I'll mess with it sometimes.
Training?
But
Ready for a fight?
yeah, I've been good, man. Just training, living quarantine life.
So you
Double
fight under
days,
the
double
fight
days,
under the
man, just staying
banner.
ready, man. For me, I've
Hey, Paul, you fight under the banner
under
of
the banner of
Combate
what?
under the banner of Combate Americas. I was just wondering, has Combate Americas contacted you in any way since the quarantine? Because I know Jeremy's been contacting his fighters, and UFC UFC's big. I mean, I'm just curious to Combate Americas. You're like under that tutelage. So what's going on there? Have they contacted you by any chance?
Yeah, I'm currently under management with Iridium Sports, so Combates wouldn't contact me directly, unless it was a question that they needed from me personally, but they would usually contact Iridium before me. And yeah, they kept me updated. They have a card in August, in Miami. Uh, at this point right now,
August.
I'm
Okay.
if the opportunity presented itself, then yes, I would go, but I would rather much stay here. But for now, I mean, anything is best for me. I mean, I'm
But
jumping on a jiu-jitsu tournament in August just to stay busy,
are
but
you under contract though, Paul?
it's really just about the journey. Just I'll
Are you under
with
contract
who?
with Combate? Any more fights, or you're a free agent? You can fight anywhere right now.
I am not. No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay, okay,
No,
okay.
I do. I'm a free agent. I go fight
Well,
by
there you
fight with
go.
them.
The world, get them on there.
I am married to the game, and that's it.
Holler.
Mike, Big Mike, give
They
us a little
take
view.
What's
care
up,
of me
brother?
though. I'm ranked with them.
Mike, you got anything in store? Any jiu-jitsu tournaments, anything like that? Any competitions?
Yeah, man, we actually got a lot going on. Like, God willing, like they let us fucking move forward with all these events that we have planned with 559 fights. We got
Still popping.
a
Sergio,
July
you
card
still
at the end
popping,
of this
Sergio?
month. I hear a little bit of popping, Paulie. But yeah, like I was saying, I have a July. We have a July show coming up. Yeah, and I think it's the 22nd this month. I should know these things on top, but I'm horrible.
22nd.
Yeah, you
That's a
know, because
Tuesday.
July 25.
then the 25th. Yeah, it's 5-9 fights. That we're gonna do the middleweights, a middleweight jiu-jitsu tournament. We still got the same guys that we're gonna do it before. My boy Sergio is actually gonna be competing.
Holy
Right?
shit, Sergio? Nice.
Nice.
Shout out to Sergio. You know what I mean? He's gonna be fucking shit up.
All got Kool-Aid.
That fool don't stop. He'll fight. He's like a fucking. I'll fight whoever, bro. Throw me on there, coach. Like whatever.
Sergio's going to go out
Real
there
fight
with
right
the
there.
nasty guillotine.
Right.
I'm coming out sometime, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then
Some type of excitement.
so that'll be like 155 to 185, and then we're gonna do a lighter weight tournament that's gonna be like 155 to 125. So we do like 30-pound increments, you know, like absolute.
Yeah, so I
No,
don't have to cut. So I don't
no
have to cut all
ace,
that
no
weight.
belt rank, like no gi. So it's kind of like a new thing for us. But it should be cool. Winner take all. We're gonna give away a belt to the champ. Whoever wins all 3 fights. 2 fights to win the whole
Nice.
thing. You know what I mean? It's gonna be pretty exciting. We got a lot of really good guys on that card. We got Nick Bustamante. You probably know Nick Bustamante. He's on the roster. We got Julian Tovar. We got Archie's boy. He's gonna be competing in it.
Oh, wow.
And then we got Christian Avalos, the other part of the Avalos brothers. He's in the mix. We got Alex Rojas. He's training down there in Visalia with Tom Knox right now. We got a few guys.
They're all heavy hitters.
I can't remember everybody off the top.
Those are
but
all really,
they're all gonna be. It's gonna be a great match.
yes,
It's gonna be
those
a
are
great
all
matchup
really
at the
talented.
weigh-in. We're gonna do a blind draw, and so it'll be random. Whoever goes against whoever, we don't know yet. You know what I mean? Just to make it fair. So
Those are
it
all
should be
really
fun.
talented
And then
guys
the
right there.
following,
It's going to be good.
right. It should be pretty competitive.
So
And
it's going to
then,
be 3
the
fights in one
following
night,
month,
Mike?
Yes, sir.
3 fights will take
one
it.
night. Winner take all. You know, take the belt, defend it, whatever you want to do with it. And then after that, we're gonna do the lightweights the following month. The following month after that, I want to do the heavyweights. And
Oh, shit.
after that, I would love to get like a
Heavyweight.
absolute female bracket. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And get the girls in the mix.
Everybody
That's
shakes
cool.
their head.
You know, one step,
Yeah,
one
right.
step at a time, though. You know what I mean? One step at a time. I can't count my eggs before they hatch. So
John
we're
Carlton.
focusing right now on the. What's up, fellas?
We got
Hey.
John Carlton
Well,
tuning
you know,
in.
just focusing on the middleweights coming up. So you know, we'll see how it goes.
And
Nice.
Sergio, man, what's up with you, Sergio? Where are you at? Your house or what?
He's at Raider
Yeah, I'm
Nation.
at my house, man. I'm just trying to
Hell yeah.
get some rest. I mean, I'm nice right now, and then like you were talking about, I started my MMA program at the local gym here called Just Lift, and that's going pretty good, you know. And just trying to kind of stay
I can't
busy,
hear
man.
anything he's saying.
Use all of my skills to my fullest potential. You know what I mean? I've been fighting for a long time now, man. I've done all the do's and don'ts of my fight career, man. So I'm just trying to pass on the knowledge to some of these people, you know, and just all of us help us to get better, you know. So we have everything from advanced class to beginner's class, and that's going on right now, right in Hampshire, California.
What's your gym called or the name? Your
good.
yeah.
Oh, the Outlaw Training Center, man.
There you go.
The Outlaw Training Center. It's inside of
Okay.
in Hampshire. So I work together with the owner right there, Rudy Lopez, man. He's a
Is that
great
Rudy?
guy, smart guy.
Is that Rudy Lopez over there?
He's an actual high school and college wrestler himself. So, you know what I mean? He understands the whole kind of need of self-defense and fitness, all that stuff. So that's it's great working with him. You know, I don't have to explain anything to him. You know, he's a fan and he's a supporter. So it's exciting, man, little by little, you know.
Yeah, nice. Good job.
Hey, thanks, Corey.
Yeah, Sergio. Well,
Hey,
you know, I mean,
Sergio, are you talking about Rudy Lopez?
Yeah, Rudy Lopez, man. Yeah, he's
I went to Fresno City with him, bro. We wrestled on the same wrestling team. That dude cool as fuck, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, he is cool, man. I'll tell him he said what's up. I didn't know that.
Tell him Parlier said what's up.
there you go.
Parlier.
Hey, tell him Parlier said what's up. He'll know who I am more by that.
What happened to Paul?
All right, I'll let him know, man. Oh yeah.
Hey, Mike.
That guy's cool, man. What's
Mike,
up?
hey, how good is that parlor weed that you're fucking around with us there?
Oh, bro. Look.
It's legal.
It's super duper. It's
Nice.
super duper,
I
bro.
stopped playing
This is
around,
like
dude.
some fruity pebbles, something or other. I don't know. But if you guys ever,
I saw him helping smell
after
my.
Holler at your boy. I'll send you the right people. It's super good, man.
I know a guy already.
But yeah, that guy. What? Well, honestly, bro, I'm pulling for Kamaru Usman, but I think Masvidal is gonna win. I want Usman to win though. That's weird. Like I feel like Masvidal is like gonna win the fight, but I want Usman to win. I'm pulling for him.
I feel like Usman is going to take it.
James, what do you think about this fight, bud?
Masvidal has a chance if he can knock him out. Korov, dude. But Usman is just an uber athlete. So I feel like he's going to just go out there and do his thing and take the belt back, or keep the belt, I should say.
Look at all those W's.
Right.
Mike, I know that you've watched both of these guys fight quite a bit, and you've been in that cage quite a few times yourself. With George stepping in, what type of a chance do you see a guy like that having if he does go his way? Like how would you see George winning this fight?
Well, look, I heard he wasn't really training that much whenever he got the call. He was just kind of doing his own thing, like here and there. He was, which can be good and can be bad. Good in the sense that kind of feel healthy and fresh, and bad in the sense that you might be in bad shape. But I don't think he's gonna come in bad shape. He's gonna come in okay, decent shape. Not like, oh my God, this guy has the best shape, Nick Diaz kind of shit. But like, then again, a guy like him knows how to stay calm and relax and conserve and fight conservatively, like with energy efficiency. You know what I mean? That guy's gonna be super efficient at how he moves, when he decides to explode, when he doesn't. He's like they say, smooth is fast. You know what I mean?
But do you think
So he's
Usman
gonna
would
take his
allow that
time
to
and-
happen? Or do you think he would just try to
No, that's gonna be
grind?
another thing. Here goes where the game starts. You know what I mean? If Gamebred plays his cards right, which he usually does, he might be able to end up on top of Usman, either because he's not a bad wrestler, bro. Gamebred can wrestle. You know what
Yes.
I mean? But Usman's a way better wrestler,
Yeah,
for sure.
fact.
But jiu-jitsu wise, Gamebred's pretty slick, dude. I've never really seen Usman's jiu-jitsu, and even in like highlight videos that I've seen him use, he's more of a wrestler. He doesn't really do jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Not to say take anything away from his grappling, because he's a great grappler, but when it comes to like styles versus styles, you have to, in MMA game, you have to have this hybrid of jiu-jitsu wrestling. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Have any of you guys
It's
seen
just what it's
Usman?
kind of become now.
Have any of you guys seen
Nobody
Usman
can
be
be one way or
submitted?
the other anymore, man. You can't be straight wrestling. You can't be straight jiu-jitsu. You gotta know how to.
You gotta know how to mix them.
Hold good
You gotta-
positions, and you gotta know how to sub people nowadays, man. Those days are over when it
Right.
was just
Blend
straight
it.
jiu-jitsu versus a grappler, or a boxer versus a wrestler. You know, I mean, everyone knows how to do everything now. Yeah, I mean, even on the ground, it's starting to break down a little bit more by more. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, some people they have this style that's wrestling with some slick jiu-jitsu. Some people have more jiu-jitsu, but hey, you know, they could control you pretty good. Like Damian Maya, you know, Damian Maya he does sub people, but his thing is control, man. Once that guy gets you, it's like you're done for. You know, might as well you have a better chance of getting out of Anaconda and a Gator roll. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
Masvidal fought
he's got
Damian
that.
Maya, and they went to a split decision. You know, so that gives me a little bit of hope for Masvidal. Not
I
only
don't think
that,
he's gonna
momentum's
sub
a big thing.
Usman won't sub him.
Masvidal has a lot of momentum going on right now. You know what I mean? With I think his last 3
That's
fights
true.
were knockout wins. With one of them being a murder. You know, Ben Askren. You know, like. And
But
like,
that's Ben
that makes
Askren,
him like Moreno said, you know, he's fresh. You know, he may not be in the best shape right now, but he's fresh. You know, he's gonna know when to explode, when not to explode.
Right. To be fair, Usman has
gonna win that experience. Experience, man. The guy has 48
right.
freaking fights. He has more wins.
Yeah.
He has more wins. He has more losses, I think, than Kamaru Usman even has wins. You know what I mean?
I know
So,
shit.
it's like,
That's experience right there.
He's not just gonna go in there slanging them, even though I think his boxing is better, and I think all around Masvidal's a better fighter. You know, it's just the question is
He's an all-around
whether
better
or not
fighter.
his-
Yeah.
whether or
But
not
what-
That's why I think
conditioning
that's why I
is gonna
favor
make
him
a
to win.
difference.
But what
Yeah,
Masvidal are we
sometimes
going to
when
get?
you're
Are we going to
positioned,
get
man,
somebody who is prepared for this fight on such short notice? Or are we going to get a guy who's, I'm just coming in to fight, I'm going to fight, but, not
Look,
prepared?
at the end of the day, bro, Masvidal's he's look at his fucking name, bro. Gamebred. That fool's ready, bro. No matter what, he's like that guy's a fighter at heart. He'll fight, bro. At any time, he doesn't even think about it. He just fucking does it. He knows how to do it. He's been doing it for so long. You know what I mean?
He's
That's
fought
why I feel
backyard,
like,
damn it.
in that sense, it kind of negates. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I feel like in that sense, it kind of negates his, I'm not in as good a shape as Usman, because he knows how to fight. And fighters that know how to fight are dangerous as fuck, no matter what kind of shape they're in. My fat ass can get on the mat with my guys tonight, and I'm dangerous as fuck to them.
And you can
Because
kick
even
their
though
ass.
they can probably I'll fuck them up. Not one of my guys will fuck me up. I promise you that.
Yeah,
But I don't
hell yeah.
spar
there we
anymore. I
go.
only do
Right? Hell
jujitsu.
yeah, that's right, buddy.
Hey, so then can
That's just
anybody?
what it is, bro. Sometimes big brother has to get on the fucking mat and show them how it's done. Now I'm old. Yeah, I have injuries, but I can still fucking go, bro. And I will still go with anybody that wants to go. I'm down all the time.
I believe
Anybody.
it.
But
I believe it.
that's a whole nother situation. But going back to what I was saying about Gamebred, bro. Gamebred is fucking gonna be ready, dude. Like I said, he's going to be energy efficient, bro. He's anywhere the fight goes, he's going to keep it striking. He's going to outstrike Usman, guaranteed. If Usman can keep him on his back without getting fucked up, it's going to be a good
Yeah,
fucking
that's
fight.
how Usman's gonna win. If
Hey,
he
Mike,
keeps on his back
all you
without getting fucked
guys,
up.
I have a question. Why in the world then, Mike, and all you guys, is the odds makers saying that Kamaru Usman is what is it, 2-1, 3-1 over Masvidal? Who the hell then is making these bets? You know,
Well, it's
Masvidal.
probably based off of him being the
People in Las
champ.
Vegas are on fighters, and they take a lot of other things into
I have no
consideration.
clue how the
Like,
odds work, bro. I just fucking
and they look
see
at
what I
records.
see and give my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
know,
So they got
people,
Volkanovski over Max Holloway in the odds also, and then so there's a few
I
their
think
talking
both
points.
yeah,
Volkanovski,
Volkanovski's gonna beat Holloway, bro. I guarantee that's guaranteed.
Yeah, I think so too. I have him. I'd say that's why it's probably
He
going to
beat
go to
him.
decision.
He beat him pretty good. Like he didn't fuck him up, but he was winning that whole fight, in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
Holloway maybe won a round or two, but at least 3 rounds he won.
interesting fights coming up.
And it was pretty definitively, in my opinion.
And what about Jose
bro.
Aldo?
Jose Aldo, bro. Peter Yan's a fucking monster, bro.
That's who I
yeah,
have taking it. I have Jan
that
taking,
guy's a fucking monster, dude.
but if Aldo's refocused and motivated, like how we saw Conor McGregor in his last performance, if Aldo is anything similar to that, Aldo is going to destroy. And especially being at a new weight
I
class,
haven't seen Aldo's
it's going to be
fight
awesome.
lately.
You think he's going to destroy Peter Yan?
If he's motivated and
If his mind is right,
if he's got it, yeah, exactly. If his mind's right, he's going to go in there and smoke him. But if not, Jan's going to come. He's going to surprise a lot of people.
Jan 6-0. He beat Uriah Faber, John Dodson, Jimmy Rivera. 6-0.
Jose
Jan.
Aldo's one of the best ever for sure. I just think he's already. I think Peter Yan is just Peter Yan's.
He's also fighting a new weight.
135. Oh, we just lost Sergio. Bad connection.
do we lose Paulie too?
Yeah, Paul was. The connection was kind of bad for him. He was saying the listening. Here's
Well, now we know who had the popping sound. The phones don't work out too well. Are you guys on a phone? Either one of you, Mike or James?
I am on my phone. I'm trying to get a fucking a camera for my my Mac Mini. I just haven't. I don't, dude. Maybe you guys can help me with that. You techies guys or whatever.
We'll try here.
Help me out. What's a good fucking webcam?
Webcam?
I have a Mac Mini, bro. For a Mac Mini, I stream from I basically have it hooked up to my TV, and usually I use that for all my business stuff. But I can't do streaming with audio and video at the same time.
So that Mac device, does it have an internal camera or not? Phones have a camera. Does that?
No, it has no camera. It's just a hard. It's just a hard drive.
Yeah. So it's a Macintosh device.
It's an Apple.
Apple, yeah. They
call it a Mac Mini.
Yeah, Mac Mini. You're gonna have to buy a separate camera for that. Maybe we could talk offline on that, Mike. But you know what? Right now your telephone works good. It's all about the connection.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all.
We had this guy we had the gentleman from Florida, and that dude was right next to his router. He sounded like amazing. What did he say? He goes, "I got a fast connection," and it's all about the connection.
I think it's just all where you're at in your pad.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. You sound good, Mike. I mean, your connection's
I got a good
connection
right where I'm at.
When you're on a hammock, everything's good, dude.
I got a.
When you're on a hammock.
I got Comcast, and I got a fucking, what's that shit called that boosts your Wi-Fi signal?
Some kind of booster. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little thing you plug in the wall. It boosts the signal right down in my garage.
Right. Okay. Cool. Now you got a good connection. Anyways, technology, man, as you can see.
What do you guys think about
James? We're talking about
versus Thug Rose.
Andrade versus
Rose.
Rose.
They're getting it back on again.
The
Ooh.
women fight.
You know, I
think that's
haven't
gonna
really
be a
looked too
good.
much back into. I haven't really looked too much into that fight, bro. Who won that first one? Rose?
I want to say Rose did.
Andrade?
No,
Who's the champ?
Andrade won. That's the one
Ah,
where
yeah, that's their last. That was their last fight.
yeah, that is
Doug Rose
where
has been on a little vacation for quite some time now. Seems like.
Everybody has.
no shit. Huh? What happened there is Rose lost. She got slammed in the head by Andrade.
Oh, she slammed her on her neck, huh? I remember
Yeah.
that, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, how
Brutal.
come that shit's not talked about more?
Okay, that was brutal. And she did it early on the
Kinda
fight,
like-
and she survived. But then she did the second time, and she did not survive.
The KO slam.
What was Thug Rose? But what was Thug Rose doing that caused her to get caught up like that?
She going for a leg? I think she may have.
They ended
Yeah,
up in some type of a clinch. Maybe you could play a clip of that, Archie.
Yeah, it'll come up here.
Like the finish.
Here it goes.
Right here, look.
Oh, I see. What did she have? Like a reverse crucifix or something?
It looked like a reverse crucifix.
It's gonna come up right here. Oh, the other girl got
She
her.
was in on a
Oh,
single.
she was on a single, and she had a Kimura on the other end.
Boom.
And
That was the first one.
Oh,
She survived
so
that
she was
one.
on a single leg.
Survived that one.
Yeah,
Yeah. She
that's
was in on
crazy.
a single with the Kimura on the opposite side, and homegirl lifted her, and like
Oh,
was
Rose
pretty
had the
nifty,
Kimura just
man.
trying to do the Kimura on the air. Rose did, right?
Right.
It's gonna be an interesting fight, man. I think who do they have the odds? I think they have Rose as a favorite on this one.
It could go either way with
Maybe
these
she'll
two.
just let go next time.
No shit.
I want to see her
Right.
knock her out with that slam. I don't think I saw that fight.
That's
Really?
that's what I'll. There's another one where she
Archie.
finished because I remember her landing hella crazy on her neck, like her neck getting all twisted up, and she kind of like got startled and boom, boom, she fucked her up. Like I think it ended up like a TKO finish, right? Or did she just fuck it?
No, she might have. We'll see. She might have finished her on the ground here. We'll check it out. I mean, but as far as hands, Rose has the movement and the hands, and I think if they would have just kept
Oh yeah.
striking,
Well,
Rose would have
her
won.
fiance's
That was a fluke. I mean,
striking
there's no.
coaches, right? Have a little bit of an expert there.
Rose, who's your coach again?
Her coach and fiance is Pat Barry.
Oh, and her fiance, yeah, at the same time.
Pat
Yeah.
Barry.
So Pat Barry's got hands, crazy hands. So
And kicks.
yeah,
Yeah, this is a. I mean, Andrea can't even find her, man. Can't. Here we go. But just like Usman and Masvidal, it's anybody's fight, man. Like I think our friend Pali called it 50-50.
Yeah, Paulie from India.
Yeah. So let's see here.
Is he a regular?
No, now he just responds. He's a good commenter.
He's a good commenter.
I see.
He is. He puts good comments.
I wonder if he had any of that Hindu over there. Some of that Hindu Kush.
Hey Tom, where you train out in Farmersville?
Right now, I just been training out of a garage, out of a buddy's garage.
Okay.
The Farmersville, we got
on.
the keys. I got the keys out there to Farmersville, and I will train out there with those guys. They're a really good group. Unfortunately, man, some fucking asshole broke into their gym the other day and stole a bunch of shit.
Here it comes, Tom.
that.
I know we gotta get on that subject right now.
Oh
Tom.
yeah, here it comes again. Here it comes again. Look.
All right, here we go. It's the same
That's
situation.
leg.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
good Lord! It was
That's
basically the same
but she
thing.
put her head on the
Yeah,
outside.
but she put her on
tried
her
to
neck.
break her arm out, and bro, rewind that real quick.
That was gnarly.
Bro, she
That was gnarly.
tried to her arm out. She got her head to the outside, then lifted her and fucking power bombed her ass to the floor, bro. Cheese and
Here's where she
rice.
start.
What
There we
should
go.
Rose have done right there?
So-
Just completely let go of that Kimura?
Yep, hip it. Let
Yeah,
go of the Kamaru and
she
hip
should
it.
have. Was she no? Well, here's an
A
even
lot of things
easier
could be
one.
done.
How about
Yeah.
just
Okay.
sit to your left hip
Huh.
Oh,
before she gets? And once she's elevated like that, but when she's elevated, she got to let go and try
you
to
gotta
get
let
down
go
because
and
she's gonna
abandon
get
ship.
fucked up. I think she was. Yeah, I think she was thinking like, oh, I'll just roll through.
Yeah,
But
no,
right here,
there's no
freeze that
rolling
right
through
there.
that.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, no.
There's
Okay,
a
freeze that right there.
tasting mat.
So right here, you see how Rose, she has like the Kimura locked up, but it's straightened out. If there comes a point where she kind of gets the arm a little bit right there, boom, she should have sit before the Andrade got a chance to hit into her and lift her. And when she
Yeah.
started to get lifted, she
That's a
should have
turning
let
point
go
right there.
of that Kimura. Yeah, let go of the Kimura and get that left hand back in front of Andrade's face to try to square back up with her and dissipate a little bit of that slam.
So you're saying that
Prepare
Rose should
herself for the
basically
fucking fall.
sandbagged it and then roll her?
Before she got elevated, if she could have got that, yes,
Gotcha.
100%, or at least not get slammed as hard. But once
Yeah,
she
there was a moment.
started to get elevated, she hung onto the Kimura, which was
Yeah,
another bad mistake.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But I think she hung on to it. I'm thinking she felt like, oh, I'll just roll through and I'll roll her with me. You know what I mean? But fuck no, she got fucking. That was a huge mistake.
Didn't work out so well.
And she got.
So
So
this
she's still
fight-
trying to hang on to the fucking
This
arm.
weekend, we'll see if it happens again. Hopefully not. Hopefully she
Man,
doesn't
that was
mistake after the first one.
madness.
She learned her lesson. She had
Wow,
to.
bro. I'm surprised she didn't break her fucking
Yeah.
neck, dude. That was crazy.
They had to
What
do
is it?
something.
That's a broken neck, son. Look at this. Oh my god.
It's a different angle. Check it out.
Cheese and rice.
Is it the same angle? Kind of different angle. Man, she was getting up.
Yeah, see right here, she should have bailed
She's
on that
going
arm.
up, and then she goes
At this
down.
time, there is no bailing anymore. Now there's no point in bailing.
Ooh,
You're like,
shit.
oh,
her arm
point
is
of no
locked
return.
in.
Point of no return. Boom, stupid. Should have let go. Man,
Oh yeah, that was.
Good.
there's so many should-haves, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
Maybe she
Very
was
true.
scared,
Hindsight's
like to let go.
2020.
You know what I mean?
Those were grounds for a knockout.
Right there,
But
she still
I
doesn't know where
hope
she's at.
she fucking went back and watched this thing like we are and are like, okay, if this shit happens again, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other.
All right.
There's
What do you
that
guys think of those titles? I still dig the old school ones.
They're shitty. I don't
Yeah.
like them. Old school
I
ones are
like
way
the-
better.
I like the OG ones with the octagon guy,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
uni
with a
man.
guy
I
like
love
this
those,
with
dude.
on the
Those are
world,
Those
dope,
are
those are dope. They should bring those back, bro,
right?
for sure.
Completely
They
agree.
got that
I'm a
fancy new look.
classic old school guy, bro. So
Same.
Well, guys, we also got another good women's fight that night. You know who I don't know much about? Maybe you guys do. Is the Amanda Ribas versus Paige Van Zandt? I've seen mostly all of Paige's fights, but Amanda Ribas.
I've seen
you guys know
a
much
few
about her?
Ribas.
I've seen her Instagram.
I think she's a striker. I
Instagram not so
think
hot.
she's a striker.
Rebus she's had 9 wins and she's won by 3 by decision, 3 by submission, and 3 by KO TKO. And her only loss was in jungle fights. So she's got a pretty good fight record going in. Paige Van Zandt, I think, has the better
Damn, bro, you got a
experience
fast ass internet to be able to pull that up on the fly like that.
Paige Van Zandt has the better experience with bigger names
Right.
in the female divisions. But I think Rebus will come out and take out Van Zandt.
Yeah,
I think you got it, huh?
I think so.
The old Rivas beat Mackenzie Durham, the UFC sweetheart.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. Van Zandt has more fights with bigger name opponents.
Does she?
So I think
and
that's
she can
why
strike.
her record's 8-4. So it's kind of with Rebus being 9-1. But I think Rebus has something to prove and will come out and take it.
I think Van Zant's been on TikTok too much and not training.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that too. Her and her social media.
She's big on that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, huge. Her and her
Oh,
husband.
TikTok.
All
Hey,
they
anytime
do.
you're on TikTok too much is a bad sign.
Yo, you know what?
All right.
What's her man's name? I seen him. The first time I seen him was on what's that team? That team grappling event called Quintet. You seen
Yes.
Quintet? It's on UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's the first time I seen was on that, and I was pretty impressed with his skills. He had a lot of heart. He got fucked up, but he had a lot of heart. Was super hard, tough to catch, and even when he was in a lot of bad situations, he hung tough and like showed grit. You know what I mean? I can respect that. And then I seen his fight, his last fight, and I was even more impressed. Bro, that guy's a fucking hog, dude.
Word.
Okay, I can't remember his
Doesn't he
fucking
compete
name,
in
but
Bellator?
that guy's a hog, bro. No, I seen him on UFC.
So Rivas is a Brazilian
But
gal, so
he's-
she's coming in with some jiu-jitsu, some good ground game, and she has some striking game, I guess you were saying, huh?
And she's
Yeah.
taken quite a
Oh,
few fights
there
to
you go.
unanimous decision. So she's a grinder. She's got cardio and
So
she'll
because
grind
she's
you
from
out.
Brazil, she does jiu-jitsu, bro. How dare you profile?
I mean, duh, don't they all?
That's the dream, man. The Brazilian dream.
It's like
thought-
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I thought kids in Brazil just came out of the womb just doing jujitsu, trying to armbar a placenta.
Right?
Tom
They
knows.
come out of the womb with a flying armbar.
It's so stupid. They're all,
So this is
Holy shit.
her fourth UFC fight for Amanda Ribas.
Yeah, I think she's going to beat Paige Van Zant. And if we're going to say the outcome, I'd say sub.
Really?
She very well
How
could.
sure are you on that?
What's that?
Hey James, how sure are you on that?
Well, when you look at Paige Van Zant,
Are you sure
and
enough to make a friendly wager?
Here we go.
Oh,
Well, let me show you what the odds
Now
say
we're
before you do that
talking.
wager. Here's the odds. Oh my God, look at that.
good Lord.
That's Ribas' favor.
I don't know what that means, but
So what it means is Ribas is
I was
favored by
gonna
350
suggest
points.
That minus
I
1,000
was
means
gonna
you're not going to
suggest-
win much money.
at
Right.
all.
no, I was
Go
just
ahead,
gonna
Mike.
suggest
What's your
Mike?
wager?
a friendly 10 push-up wager, bro.
What? 10
James, that's for
push-ups?
you. 10 push-ups.
Yeah,
All right.
push-ups.
Oh, wait, it's me. Like, everyone knows I'm a big guy and I don't
But
work
what
out.
had
Can I
happened
do-
was
Can I do them girly style?
Hold on.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do
take
it.
that.
10 push-ups.
I'll take
Okay.
that. I'll take that.
All
A
right.
friendly wager.
You got it.
I'll take Van Zandt. You can take the favorite.
All right. You got it.
Amanda Ribas, my favorite.
Yeah. So
Well,
now
there
I
you
have
go.
a vested interest in the TikTok, bro. She's gonna win
Damn,
me
I better
10
go start
push-ups.
doing some push-ups or something.
Push-ups. There you go. So who else do we got
That's
on
how
the
you
fight?
keep it clean. Yeah. What else we got? What else we got over here, guys?
So we got
There's a bunch on the prelim. A lot of guys I've never heard of. Maybe
Yeah, I
you guys-
haven't heard of a lot of these guys. Basically, there's a lot of names on this card that I can't pronounce, unfortunately. So
Yeah. Who's that? Who's that number 3 fight? The ZZ fight.
let's see here.
Some Russian. The number 3, third fight. from the
most
bottom.
of these people are
from the
Serbian and
bottom?
Russian.
Yeah, right
What's
there.
the whole
number
deal
3,
with it? What do you guys think the whole deal is behind that?
Zalgazugalov.
I
This guy
think
looks
that's
like a-
because they're
Who's that
fighting
guy?
in Abu Dhabi, and it's easier for them to get fighters
Oh
from
yeah.
there rather than have fighters
Ah,
from
that makes
the States
sense.
travel because of all the craziness that's going on.
Why do you think
You're a
that
smart motherfucker,
the
Mr.
spot
James.
that he bought, the Fight Island, you know what I mean? Like, what
What's
was the
that?
deal behind? What was the deal behind buying the island and doing it over there? You think there's like a money issue behind it, or what's the? What do you think,
Well,
Archie? What's the idea behind that?
Well, the Fight Island, that Fight Island was mostly
Yeah.
just to get away from the COVID. Like, I mean, James was saying, you know, they split the country up in two, right? USA is part one, and the Fight Island is part two, and that's the other split, and then so they're bringing in people from closest to the region of the Fight Island, right? Which is Europeans, Russians, Chinese. This guy's from Kazakhstan. Go ahead, James.
I'm not exactly sure, but I think the current owners of the UFC are also people from Abu Dhabi. Some of the people
really?
that run things over there, so they have a vested interest to even hold fights there.
Okay,
And if having Fight Island, you're guaranteed to hold fights.
Yo, this food looks.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He looks like somebody shaved his eyebrows when he was sleeping.
Talking shit.
I mean, let's be real. This dude ain't gonna watch this. Like, come on now.
What's that, James?
I mean, I know he could beat me up. Let's be honest.
So let's see how many UFC fights. This is his first one.
Yeah, it's his debut.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Here's the thing. He's got to get into the USA at first, so he ain't gonna find me.
Man. What do you think, Mike?
You never know, bud.
You don't know these guys.
13-3.
There's another women's fight, Carol. She's from Brazil, 12-3.
Looks like she probably trains with Andrade.
Oh, she could.
Same
yeah,
fight camp.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, it is. This one, Paraná Vale Tudo. I think I know that camp. Against, let's see what country. Oh, so much for my internet.
Versus 10-7. Shootbox. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I know, right? Little
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Mike. You're back.
No.
Scroll down. Let's see her record. So let's see who she's fought in the past.
She's 0-2 in the UFC.
This could be a kind of a feeder fight for Rosa coming in.
Yeah, it could be. Because
I know a lot of MMA people don't like to talk about that, but that does happen.
Tell us about the feeder fights, James. What have you heard about that?
Well, it just, at least the way it comes off. I don't want to offend anybody because a lot of people get offended very easily. But sometimes you have a guy that they're trying to build, and so they'll throw him a journeyman fighter who has a lopsided record, expecting the guy that they're trying to build to win in order to make him a bigger star in that promotion.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So,
go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was just going to say, earlier throughout this podcast, we've been talking about the UFC. We had a chance to talk to Paulo Elizondo earlier about another promotion, Combate Americas. And so Paul is he's being managed by a different company. He no longer has a contract with Combate. But it's just free agent. It's just so interesting now that, these guys like Paul, they're looking for a fight somewhere. They can fight in any organization, but there aren't many things going on except LFA. So I don't know if you guys heard LFA's coming in.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. Are they're
around here?
They're probably doing it in no fans. It's just fights, right?
Yeah. No fans, just fights, and we'll see what comes up of the LFA show. Who is it? Ed Suarez. Ed Suarez is a big time guy with LFA. And here we go, July 10th.
Where's this going to be at?
This is potentially, let's see,
South Dakota.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Good eyesight, James.
Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls. It's going to be on UFC Fight Pass. And here we go. We have LFA back on track. But that's about it. I mean, who else? Nobody else.
There's really nothing else going. I'm excited to see local fights come back with 559 fights, especially with the way Mike was talking about that tournament. That is going to be awesome. Those are guys that have been doing this for quite some time. And I really want to see that more than I want to see some MMA fights. But I mean, I love MMA. But all the guys that are listed to compete on that jiu-jitsu tournament, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And, guys, talking about, we wish to see more fights and what are these promoters going to do? And all they can do is really hold an event with a small crowd or no crowd, right? So because of that, it just puts a pinch on our local
Yeah.
or
They'd have
amateur
to allow fight,
organizations.
have a paywall. I mean, that would be great, almost like a bunch of streaming pay-per-view. That would be
Right.
tremendous. But are there people that are willing to spend the money for that? Because a lot of people are also out of work right now. So the UFC can afford to keep going. LFA is able to go, but a lot of other promotions are not.
No.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation, and we had a little setback here in California to where the governor, I think last week, announced 5 days ago that there's another shutdown for an additional 3 more weeks, and they just kind of went backwards instead of forwards, especially in the restaurant industry, bar industry. There's no more indoor eating; it's all outdoors to go. I mean, there's a lot of areas that were affected. The point is, we're going a couple steps backwards here, guys. What do you think?
What's
Well,
kind of weird about it, though, man, is that some people just aren't even listening to it at all. I'm not going to name any businesses
Unfortunately.
or whatever, but I've been out and about quite a bit the last few days. With I got some of my nieces and nephews are in town, and we just kind of been out and about. And like some of the gyms and some of the restaurants, they're just basically just ignoring it. You know what I mean? Some of them are going by it.
It was affected for certain counties. I'm not sure all of the counties that are involved. I know Fresno County is one of them.
We're one of
It's
them.
unfortunate.
We're definitely one of them on the list of the 7 or 8 that it said in the paper or whatever.
Yeah, so here we go again. We just got to be diligent and hopefully those dang numbers go down, man. The COVID crisis, man, is still hitting us. I'm grateful for the gyms that are open, the people that are trying to make it open.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people across the state that are trying to make ends meet, in different ways, and it's
Now,
just
I
tough.
work, as you guys know, I work at Costco, and just the other day we had they had to call each one of us, like the manager, then one of the main managers. I got a phone call around 6 at night, and he had to let me know that 3 of the guys in the morning crew that I work on had came down with it. This is just last
wow.
week. Yeah, I guess I mean, he didn't sound like he was wanting to make the phone call.
My best friend tested. It's really crazy when it hits close to home like that.
It is crazy because I kept telling everybody, one of the things I was saying to everybody is, you know what? Like, I'd ask somebody like, "Hey, James, do you actually know anybody that's got it?" I don't know. I don't know anybody that has it. You know what I mean? And now I can say that I do know 3 people that have it. But on the positive side, one of the kids, or I call him a kid, but he's a young man. He said he got back to us. You know what I mean? About 3-4 days after testing positive, and he said it just felt like a little case of the flu, and he was over it in a few days.
Yeah, that's the same with my buddy. He's not having the heavy symptoms like some people have had.
Some people get it
on the light
heavier.
side. Yeah.
So we're all different, yeah, and everybody that gets it, it's different. But yeah, I'm looking forward to
But
the
still,
day that
that's
I don't
not
have.
something I what.
No, man, I'm looking forward to the day I don't have to wear a mask at work anymore.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Archie? You know anybody with the COVID?
I don't. I just heard stories of a family member that was around somebody at work, just like you, but thank goodness they tested negative. And so, we kind of been blessed so far. Trying to stay healthy, work out as much as possible. You know about running and staying healthy, Tom. James, we got to get you in that little inner circle there of running.
Dude, I was checking out some of the background on the fights that are going to be going on this weekend, and I was like, God, I want to get back on the mat so bad.
Hey, what about that background? Is that picture that I posted on the Fight Island that they posted? It reminds me of like old Lemoore fights or like out there in Porterville Gladiator Challenge. But is it an open sky? Is that actually how it's going to be at that fight? It's outside?
I hope not, because if it's in Abu Dhabi, that means it's going to be stupid hot. Even though it's right by the beach, it should still be pretty hot. So you're going to have a warm mat. So if anything, they should have a big awning to cover.
Yeah, it looks like just outdoors.
Go ahead, James.
Think about
locking up.
Like if when Bodog used to do that, they were the first ones to really have fights by the beach. I mean, that's where I saw Chael Sonnen compete and so on and so forth. But that's where they did that originally, and it looked great for a background. Like you'd have the fighters commit square off and go toe to toe, and you just see gorgeous sand and beach. So hopefully they'll shoot it well like that. But for on top, it should have a type of awning, so that way you don't have the mat getting
Just burning the fuck out of these
crazy
guys.
hot, because outside the mats would just get super warm.
Yeah, and you know, go ahead, Tom.
And is this also another one with no crowd out there, or are they doing it outside so they can have some type of a crowd?
I wouldn't be shocked if they had a crowd. I mean, they're probably going to have like specific people that are allowed to be there, like
The
some
high
of these
rollers?
shows are able to. That's just limited audience members. But I don't think we're going to see anything like if they held it at somewhere in Vegas.
Right, but I think there's
you
probably
also can afford to go out there.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be saving my money on this one.
Right.
Watching from the cozy comforts of home.
Exactly.
I know this is going to be a good fight card, though. I mean, it's going to be amazing. Just kind of, looking forward to the climax of the top 6 fights. It's going to be an awesome night.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting. That Usman fight, especially with Masvidal taking the fight short notice, it's like, what are we going to see? That's what I'm excited for.
That's
if
almost
either
like
guy
a Conor
wins,
McGregor.
it's gonna be amazing.
Fight.
But I want to see the action that takes place.
What do you think, guys? I mean, between those three, let's just see who make a call. Tom, James.
Well, let me give my opinion. I haven't really gave my opinion on that fight, on how I think it will go. This is how I think the fight will go down. This is if I was betting money, I think that Kamaru Usman, he'll have to take a chance in the striking zone to get in on him, but I do believe that he'll take George down at some point, probably early in the fight, or get into a clinching situation where they have to pummel. But I think he's been training like for a championship fight, and he'll have the cardio. If he can get in and grapple with Jorge and just get him to the ground a couple times and just ride him and wear him out. And like James said, he's a hell of an athlete, and I do believe he'll be able to do that. I think he'll wear Masvidal down, and he'll beat Masvidal. It may not be the most exciting fight if it goes that way, or if Masvidal wins, it's going to be something like Ben Askren, how he knocked him out real quick with that flying knee.
That's precisely how I see it.
I could see him doing something like that. He could win. Masvidal definitely could win. And I was listening to it when I was running earlier. I was listening to Masvidal on an interview yesterday, and he was talking about how he bets on himself for these fights. That's you don't hear that a lot. You know what I mean? But he's
Pete Rose of MMA. What?
Pete Rose, yeah. Betting on it. So he bets on himself, and man, the odds are good for him if he does win the fight. If he took a big chunk of it. But
did you see how much you put down?
Man, yeah. Masvidal loves fighting, dude. You could tell he loves fighting if you just watch his old fights. If you just go back to those old backyard bare knuckle fights, that guy loves fighting, dude. And those kind of guys are dangerous. They're a little more relaxed. They're not as tense or stressed out for a fight coming up. Like if you love fighting, just think about it. If you love fighting like you love eating, or you love playing pool or something like that, you're not stressed or nothing. You're looking for, you know what I mean? You're looking forward to the deal. So, but I just see Usman like getting him down, taking chances to get in on that clinch and getting him to the mat. And he does have a hell of a ground and pound. Usman does. Yeah. He reminds me a lot of Matt Hughes back in the day. Just maybe a little more evolved though, in the way that he'll get like a one-on-one on the wrist and these different positions that he'll get to strike you on the ground. But yeah, if I was betting money, like if to pay the rent, I think for this fight I would have to put it on Usman. What about you, Arch? Agree. So me and James got Usman. What do you think, Arch?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with the guy that has the better record in this case, the less losses percentage. I mean, there's just so much confidence going into Usman. I mean, look at this guy's wins. I mean, he's, Damon Maia, a grappler. Okay, he beat a grappler Dos Anjos, another grappler with strong hands. Woodley, stand-up guy and a grappler.
And a good grappler.
And a good grappler, right? I mean, I think all three of these guys so far are and in their own rights, right? I mean, from jiu-jitsu to wrestling to the ground game.
And
then you
Colby
got
Covington is quite a bit like Masvidal.
Bro, and
The
and
wild
look at
punches.
yeah, and look at these three last opponents. I mean, what did you say, James, about Mr. Askren?
It's
You
been
didn't.
Askren, like standing up, you knew he was going to get knocked out. Like it was only a matter of time, unless he was able to shoot. But he wasn't, and he got taken out.
I mean, his Darren Till was a very legit win, right? I mean, Darren Till,
Definitely.
and you know the fights before that. Again, somebody was saying Damian Maia. He also lost to Damian Maia, where Usman won. He beat
Well,
Damian.
also, you have to look at Masvidal's record as it pertains to losses. He's lost if it goes to decision, there's a really good chance he's going to lose that decision.
Yes.
So he needs to do everything he can
Good point.
Hey,
to not get to a decision, because if he's probably not.
All the
hey,
losses
we were
he has
talking
here.
about Masvidal's like his grappling game earlier, like in his submission defense. Dude, he lost to Damian Maia, but in a split decision. Damian Maia is one of the best grapplers in the world.
True.
In his era. Maybe not today, but definitely at some point he was considered one of the best BJJ artists in the world, and he wasn't able to tap him out.
Right. No, exactly.
I don't think Usman's not going to tap him out. There's no way.
No, I don't think Usman would do that. It would either be by like crazy knockout or a decision.
So as far as statistics, I think Usman should get the victory. As far as because like Mr. Eric Albacerin said, everybody likes somebody to the show. Who's giving the show? Mr. Usman is real respectable, which is cool. Again, I'm gonna. I think Usman's gonna win, but I really like the show that Masvidal puts in. I really like what Masvidal's done lately and what he's done for the sport, the excitement he's done for the sport.
Street Jesus.
Street Jesus.
His nickname.
And he also
that's his second nickname.
And Carlos Santana. No, it's not Carlos Santana. Santana from the gangster movies in Miami. Help me here. So anyhow, he's been really good for the sport, Mr.
Masvidal.
Yeah. So unfortunately, anybody can win a fight, and Masvidal, maybe get that lucky uppercut, but my money is on Mr. Usman, and we'll see. I guess we're 3-0, 3 for Usman, right? Or did you say Usman, James?
Yeah.
Yep.
3 of us.
Wow.
Plus, dude, another
it.
factor that nobody talks about is this freaking this trip that these dudes got. All these guys in this fight card got to make this trip over to.
It's like a 20-hour flight.
Yep.
Like something like that.
And how
back and forth.
Everybody's body and brain definitely responds different to a flight like that. You know what I mean? And then getting over there, and then how's the food going to be, and what are you going to eat, and what effect is the bacteria in the water? Everything's going to be different over there, so it's pretty interesting. Where you boys watching the fight at? Home base?
I'm watching at a buddy's house.
I already got it scheduled.
My buddy's like, "I'll get the fights," and I'm like, "I will be there."
I will be there.
Like, I'll bring the hot dogs.
I was going to say, what are you eating that night, James? You guys talk about food yet? You guys haven't talked about food. Is the best
dude.
thing.
I'm weird. I'll take a gallon of water over there because I drink so much fluid that I'm like, dude, I don't want to like drink you out of house and home. I'll bring my own.
There you go. Somebody responded. Scarface. Thank you, Adrian Sanchez.
He says, "Get it right, Scarface, boys."
That's it. And so that personality that Mr. I'm still Masvidal brings, man. It's an amazing personality. I mean, I just
it is. It's the Mexican Conor McGregor.
True
And
that.
you know, this is drawing up a lot of excitement to maybe not to
Oh
that
yeah,
level, but
it
I
is.
would say, you know, I mean, gosh, 90% of that excitement or 80%. This is
Hey,
all
but don't you
exciting.
think it's Gilbert Burns is a badass fighter? Don't get me wrong, but don't you think this is a more exciting
Yes.
event?
Yes. When Burns was
I think
fighting,
it is.
I didn't care. But when Burns tested positive, which, get well soon, but when Masvidal stepped up, like, oh, this fight card just boom to me.
Right.
It made
What
me
a bummer!
excited.
It is a bummer for Gilbert, though, man. He worked his way up to that for that belt fight, and then for that to happen, that is quite a bummer. But yeah, get well soon to him. I hope he heals up quick, and he's still going to be right up there at the top. You know what I mean, for a title shot here sooner or later. But anyhow, guys, uh, we lost our other two guys, but I want to give a big thanks to Mike and to Paul and to Sergio. We didn't have the best connection today. Sometimes that's how it goes, guys. We're still new at this virtual podcast. It seems like the laptop is the best way to go.
Yeah, and or just, I think overall just a great internet connection, right? With a little higher speed. I mean, we had that gentleman from Florida. He was all the way in Florida, and that dude had a freaking crisp cut connection. And people are getting used to this, right, Tom? I mean, they're getting used to this technology. They're getting. We were talking to Paulo Elizondo earlier, and he was saying, this is the new way of connecting technology. So as we get used to this and making it part of our lifestyle, it'll get better.
It's going to keep getting better and better. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. Well, guys, we need to give a shout out to our sponsors, man. Archie, I'm gonna let you do the sponsors today. We get it going, anyways. Kicking it off.
Yeah, we'll kick it off and then we'll kind of do a simulcast here. Let me get ready for the sponsors, Tom. Ready?
I will say
Yeah.
one thing though. For La Enchilada Mexican restaurant, guys over there. Hey, if you guys you like El Pastor, you know what I'm talking about? El Pastor burritos or tortas, tacos. They got it. They got some of the best El Pastor right there. You want a burrito with the works with all the fixings on it? Top notch right there. A torta asada, carne asada tacos, chile verde, tortillas, beans and rice, salsa. They got soups, guys, pozole, sopes. They got all the stuff with all the works and all the fixings on it. That Mexican food is top notch. There's a lot of Mexican food here in the Central Valley, but a lot of them, unfortunately, or I was talking with my stepdad earlier today. There's so many of them, but a lot of them are just wanting to make money and they're doing it with cheap ingredients. You know what I mean? Like it's not they're not all of them have the good stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. What do you think about that, Arch?
Yeah, that's right. This La Enchilada, they're a great MMA sponsor. They're off of Blackstone. Give them a call, give them a visit. La Enchilada has been a sponsor with us almost going on a whole year at different events. So we really like to appreciate them and give them a shout out, Tom. And so that's just, one of them.
Yes, thank you, La Enchilada. And we got Rio Acai Bowls. Guys, I'm always having these conversations. I'm a skinny dude, man. Like you would think James is the bigger dude. He's gonna. Hey, dude, James. I bet James is a badass cook. Anyhow,
No, I
no.
burn everything.
Hey, dude. Me, you, and Archie, we got to get together for dinner one of these nights, and we'll do a little three-way stop in Fresno, and we'll hit them all up. Real
Right.
acai bowls, guys. I had my first taste of acai at a jiu-jitsu tournament way back in the day. It was Sambazon Acai Company, one of the best. But when I went to Brazil, I talk about it all the time. I got to try the real thing, the real acai, and it's hard to find that type of deal over here. But Rio acai bowls right there in Fresno as well, right, Archie? They got some of the
That's
best
it.
acai bowl that you can get, that you can sink your mouth into, and they got all the fixings and all the works on top of that, baby. If you haven't had acai, try it. It's a healthy, tasty snack, or you can have it for a dessert. You can even have it for a meal. But if you got a craving for that sweet tooth, and you want something healthy, you can try an acai bowl. Give you energy. It'll help you focus. It's a good deal. I think the price is good over there. What do you think about that, Arch?
I think Rio Acai Bowl, they're out there located on Van Ness in Fresno, and they're a great place to go out there and visit. Again, MMA sponsor, and they've been with us for about a year or two. Just another amazing place to, go out there and refresh yourself, right?
You ever mess around with acai, James?
I have not.
You haven't had it ever?
No, I'm pretty simple with what I eat. I do dietary restrictions, so I haven't had that. I usually am like meat, vegetables. That's really about it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, this
I
is
bet
the
you
up
would
and
like it though,
coming. Yeah, no, definitely. And here we go.
dude. Pokerito bowls. You
Oh,
know
no doubt.
what?
I bet I would.
Yeah. Hey, dude. I didn't think I would really like something like that until I tried it. I'm not really. That's not really my thing. You know what I mean? I'll go for like Thai food is probably one of my things when it comes to the Orient food. Maybe some Chinese food here and there. But a Pokerito bowl, damn tasty, super
Those are
healthy.
bomb.
Yep. If you can get the right one, they're bomb. And Pokerito, they're bomb. They
Yeah,
got good ingredients. They're healthy ingredients. They're fresh. You go in there. The customer service is great. It's top notch. People are respectful. The prices are good. What do you think about the Pokerito bowl you had last time, Arch?
well, the Porkerito Bowl, it's just an amazing dish, and you know what? Not only is it amazing, the company here, Porkerito, they're MMA sponsors. They celebrate, jujitsu. They're jujitsu members, and
Yep.
it's just a great, delicious food, uh, and it's the best, man. They're in Visalia off of Mooney Boulevard, and I think they need to be given a visit. David from Porkerito,
Yeah,
he's a great,
David,
great
super cool
sponsor.
cat. Super cool cat right there. That's
Yeah, I
one
mean,
thing, man. It's a local type of a deal too. You want to support your locals, guys. That's one thing that MMA Fight Pass we're about. If we can, we love to support our locals, and we hope that you guys support us back. But look at
right,
that. Oh
absolutely.
my goodness. You see that bobo drink?
Oh
Boba?
yeah, the boba drinks, boba. Yeah,
Is that how you
that's
say it,
delicious.
boba?
Boba.
Boba.
Those are the bomb right there. Those are the
They
bomb.
are.
What else we
Absolutely.
got for sponsors, Arch?
And our last
General
sponsor for the
Art.
day. Yeah,
Hey,
the
I
last.
mean, I had some of this today before I went and played a little frisbee golf with the nieces and nephews. You guys ever fuck around with frisbee golf?
I know about it. I've never played it.
It wasn't a bad time with the youngsters getting them out. You know what I mean? Get them off the cell phones and the laptops for a little bit.
That's right. And you know what, Tom? As far as the CBD products, there's this cream that I use in particular. It's really, really helpful for pain and the body butter, right? I mean, it's just the Gentle Art CBD cream, and what an amazing job it does. Takes care
How's
of the
that
pain, like
work
you said.
as a salve? Does it work pretty good or what?
It does
I've
because
only messed around with the drops.
no, the cream works well because there's a lot of ointments, pain relievers, and this is a pain reliever. I would say it's as good as any other pharmaceutical pain reliever. Uh, Between those two, I'm going to choose a CBD product, Gentle Art CBD.
Well, one thing I can definitely say about the CBD, because I mean, I call it a snake oil like all the other things out there. When CBD came out, all the companies are saying it's basically it cures everything. You know what I mean? Cures this, it does this, it does that, it does this. One thing I can definitely say that it does do is it because I deal with like bouts of anxiety, and it does calm you down and relax you, especially like in the evening time. If you take that, or maybe before a nap in the afternoon, you don't even have to take a full dropper of it. Just like half a dropper seems to do the trick. But yeah, props to the guys at General Art CBD. Thank you for the sponsorship, and we're gonna
Yeah,
keep you
absolutely.
guys out there.
Yeah, we have a Adrian comment from Adrian. We need to
Adrian
show this.
says Masvidal in the second round with a KO. That could very well happen, Adrian.
It
That could
very well
very
could
well
happen.
happen. I could
And
see if there's a KO. What I think is if there's a KO, I think it's going to happen within like the first minute or two. Honestly,
I think sometime in the first round.
if I think though, I think if it goes past, dude, I think if it goes past a round and a half, that Usman is going to wear him down.
Yeah.
Unless,
Absolutely agree.
but unless Masvidal is one of those guys that even though he didn't have a fight coming up, because some guys are like that, man, where they are just still training every single day. They love to train, but the cardio is the big one. Like not many people love to train their cardio. You know what I mean? Like when you're getting ready for a jiu-jitsu tournament or a fight, you will definitely go out there and push your cardio in a different way that you would when you don't have a competition coming up, right, Archie?
oh,
Like running up
absolutely.
those stairs and doing the push-ups on your fingers and things like that. When you know you have a match coming up, there's something in your head like it's like a clock. You know what I mean? You know you have to be out there. So you never know though. Masvidal could very well be one of those guys But I know Usman, though, is a damn freak of nature and a hell of an athlete. And I know that his cardio is going to be ready to go for 5-minute rounds with grinding the guy down if it has to be. So either way, man, I hope we see a great fight this weekend, guys.
That's it. Thanks
And
so much,
James, it
guys.
was good having you join us. James, you need to join us more often, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate being on. I look forward to it.
Especially with them
James.
houses in the background.
I'll make sure there's more of this for you guys.
Hey, all right, hang in there, James. We're going to end the broadcast. And thank you so much, right, Mike? Tom, let's do this.
Yeah. Thank all the guys for joining us. Sorry the connection wasn't so great. They might have backed out because the connection was kind of poppy and not so great. Funny, though, our 3 connections is perfect.
Yeah, there's a few good connections. We just got to, like I said, in due time, as the future, progresses here, everybody's going to end up getting some good connections. And
hey,
we won't
you
have
think, Archie, you think there's a chance that when the more people that are on here, the more popular it gets?
No, it could be, but truthfully, it's just the bandwidth, the internet connection, right? You have either, what size is the pipeline, right? It's just like oil pipelines, man.
Tom, right? Before we go, why don't you put out the GoFundMe information for Danny and all them at Farmersville?
Team KO.
Yeah, guys. If you guys don't know Danny Valadinos and the Team KO Fight Club in Farmersville, California, I'd have to say about Danny, we've had him on here before, but if you guys know Danny, one of the reasons I like training out there with these guys is he works with a lot of kids that are off the street in Farmersville, California, and the surrounding area that can't afford training. If it wasn't for him opening his doors to these kids, who knows what they'd be doing? They'd be out on the street doing something. They wouldn't be inside of a gym training, though. And so Danny doesn't make any money off the gym. He's got everything in there that, basically the fighters need or jiu-jitsu guys need to train, the mats, the punching bags, focus mitts, things like that. Just enough stuff that you can go in there and train. And some asshole went in there just a couple days ago and they broke into it and they stole a bunch of stuff. And like out of all places to break into, you still into a place where the guy's helping people. So Team KO, if you guys go on Farmersville, if you go to Facebook.com to Danny Valadinos, right? He's got the GoFundMe going. And you know what? I should have been more prepared. I don't have the exact link on right here, James, on me. Maybe you can pull it up. But I know there's a GoFundMe for Danny Valadinos and Team KO. If you just go to Facebook and type in Team KO, Danny Valadinos, it'll come up. Even if just Team KO GoFundMe, it'll pop up. But there's a GoFundMe page, guys. Danny didn't even ask for it. One of the other people from the team, they set it up. Danny's not the kind of guy that he's going to go out and ask for help like that. You know what I mean? He takes pride in what he does, and he's the kind of guy that will always figure out the next step of the journey. And believe me, just because that whoever the jerk was that went in there and stole the stuff, not going to stop a thing. We're still going to keep it going at Team KO. There's still going to be training for your kids. If you can't afford it and you want to train, you can come out to Team KO and you can get your child in there or yourself if you're an adult. We don't turn down anybody as long as you go into the gym with respect. Everybody's welcome into Team KO. All it takes is going in there with an open mind and respect. Good people, man. Some of the best people. That's why I like it. Those are the kind of places that I like to go. A small garage or a place like that's not really much bigger than a couple garages. You've been there, Archie. It's a small little spot.
Oh yeah, it's a cozy, comfortable, small, and what a great spot and what a great thing that they're doing there in Farmersville for all the community. And I've seen Farmersville already, for numerous years, not only there at the gym but just at events, competing. All those kids have opportunities.
They're down,
right?
They are. Those kids got a lot of heart and determination, man. A lot of them, the parents are they work in fields. They're field workers, and like I said, man. A lot of them have immigrant parents, and they come over here, but they're hard workers. That's one thing I know for sure. They're hard workers, and those kids go in there, and man, dude, Danny opens the door up, and they come. I see the same kids showing up every day, and as long as they got a coach that's right there willing to teach them, those kids are willing to learn. And man, Danny will throw these kids in tournaments, grappling tournaments. Wrestling is a big thing there, and the older young adults. a lot of them do these MMA fights. You know what I mean? And they go into these amateur MMA fights not with the training that a lot of these other gyms have around here. There's a lot of pretty good gyms around here with like real high level coaches. Team KO, it's not that. You know what I mean? They have good coaches, but it doesn't have the high technique level and the high level coaches that a lot of these other gyms have. Not taking anything away from them. I'm one of the coaches out there, but it's not the highest level that there is in the valley. You know what I mean? But those guys, when you see them fight in a cage fight, they're down. They're definitely down. That's one thing I know.
They got heart.
They got a lot of heart, and they'll show up, and they win a lot of the fights. They do really, really well. So, guys, Team KO, GoFundMe. If you guys have anything you can pitch in, hey, it doesn't even have to be money. You might have a pair of focus mitts. You might have an old punching bag. You might have some weights. It was minor things like that the people stole. You know what I mean? But those things to a gym like that they mean a lot. You know what I mean? They mean a lot. So you can either contact myself, you can contact James, you can contact Archie, and if you have anything you would like to donate or any money, and we'll make sure that we get you in contact with Danny. That's one way. You know, contact Tom Owens, James Gillian, or Archie Tovar. Okay, guys? So
thank you, James, for reminding us.
yep, thank you very much for reminding us. It pisses me off, man, when guys do something like that to a gym like that, dude. It's why can't you go hit one of the big ones up? The guy's got money to replace the stuff. You know what I mean? No, go to the smallest gym in the valley where most of the stuff was donated already, and you're gonna break into that and steal some stuff. Come on,
shame on them.
Shame on them, dude. Shame on them. But that is life, man. That's the way it goes here in the Central Valley, and unfortunately around the world. But like I said, those guys aren't going to stop. They'll keep pushing on, and I guarantee there's good people out there that will help them. So anyhow, guys, anybody who watched the show, I want to thank you. Look forward to this fight. Thank you, Dana White and the whole UFC crew for keeping it going and keeping us entertained. None of the other sports are really going right now. But our sport, luckily, and that's something else that our sport, MMA, is still going.
Yep. Happy UFC 251 Fight Island weekend.
Yes, sir. All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I got my family here in town. I don't get to see them very often, and they're here right now. They're here now till tomorrow. So I'm gonna go back and spend some time with the nieces and nephews.
So here we go. Let's end that broadcast, Tom. Sign off.
All right, guys. Everybody out there, love one another, help one another, and we will see you Thursday. We might have a really good guest. I'm going to keep it a surprise until I lock him in for sure. But Thursday, I'm excited for the guest on Thursday, and hopefully everything works into place. But I'll talk to you in a little bit, Archie. I'll get a hold of you. James, We'll get you. Hopefully, we can get you on the next show too.
All right, guys, hang out. We'll hang out, Tom.
Okay.
Let's end that broadcast.